This is the season of payback from God. It is a divine moment when the years of hardship, suffering, and injustice begin to turn in your favor. When you've been overlooked, rejected, or betrayed, God is about to bring divine restoration into your life. This is a season where your tears are being counted, your sacrifices are being remembered, and your faithfulness is being rewarded. God is not just a God of mercy, but He is also a God of justice, and He is preparing to repay every injustice with favor, every betrayal with a blessing, and every loss with abundance. You see, when you endure and trust in God, even in the most difficult times, it does not go unnoticed. God has seen every pain, every sleepless night, every moment you stood alone, and every time you chose to forgive when the world told you to retaliate. This is the season where He is opening the heavens over your life to give you what is rightfully yours. His timing is perfect. You may have been knocked down, but God is about to lift you up higher than ever before. There are blessings you didn't even pray for that are about to be delivered into your life. Every word spoken against you, every effort made to undermine you, God is turning it around for your good. He is going to expose those who tried to hold you back and reward those who stood by you. His payback isn't just about returning what you've lost. It's about giving you more than you ever imagined. It's about giving you a future that far exceeds your past. God's payback is not just a financial one, but a spiritual one, an emotional one, a relational one. You will see the restoration of peace in your heart, joy in your spirit, and wholeness in your soul. This is a season where God is going to give you more than enough. More than you asked for, more than you could ever think of. He is about to repay every wrong, every hurt, and every disappointment with the overflowing blessing that only He can give. This is your season of payback. Don't look at your circumstances, look at what God is about to do. He is moving behind the scenes, and His power is working on your behalf. Your enemies will see it, and your friends will witness it. You are about to walk into a new season of favor, breakthrough, and restoration. Hold on to your faith. Keep trusting. This is your time to receive everything God has promised you. This is the season where God's divine timing is unfolding in your life. You may have felt that your struggles were never ending, that your prayers were unheard, or that the breakthrough you longed for would never come. But let me assure you, God's timing is perfect. The moment you thought He had forgotten you is the moment He was setting the stage for your restoration. You see, God is never late, and He is never early. He is always right on time. He has a plan, and that plan is about to be revealed to you in ways you never imagined. While you were waiting, God was working. He was preparing your heart, your mind, and your spirit to handle the blessing He is about to pour into your life. It may have seemed like a season of drought, but it was actually a season of preparation. God was aligning the people, the resources, and the opportunities for your moment of breakthrough. When the time is right, God will open the doors that no man can shut. He will make a way where there seems to be no way. His timing will be a testimony to His faithfulness and His sovereignty over every situation in your life. You may not have understood why certain things happened when they did, or why certain doors were closed, but understand this: God was positioning you for what's next. What you thought was a setback was actually a setup for what God is about to release into your life. There's a reason why things happened the way they did. Every moment of your life has led to this point, and God has orchestrated everything according to His perfect plan. You were never forgotten. You were never overlooked. You were being prepared for your season of payback, and it is here now. God has seen every struggle, every tear, every moment of pain you endured in silence. When you were betrayed, rejected, or overlooked, He was right there, witnessing it all. He knows the weight of your heart taxes and the depth of your disappointments. Even when you felt alone, when you felt like no one understood or cared about your pain, God was watching, and He has not forgotten you. His eyes have been upon you, and He has recorded every sorrow, every sacrifice, and every faithful step you took when it would have been easier to give up. Every act of kindness you extended, even when you received nothing in return, God saw it. Every time you chose to forgive those who hurt you, God witnessed that choice. Even when the world mocked you, doubted you, or tried to belittle your efforts, God stood beside you. He has kept track of every injustice, every unfair treatment, and every hardship you faced. He knows what was done to you, and He knows the pain it caused you. You were never alone in your suffering. The Almighty has been close to you, holding your tears in his hands, and now he is saying, I have seen you, and now it is your time. God is a God of justice, and he will not allow the righteous to be forsaken. He is about to reward you for your faithfulness, for every time you stood tall when it seemed easier to fall. You may have felt invisible in the eyes of men, but you were always visible to God. He has been paying attention to the quiet battles, the internal wars you fought within your soul, and the strength it took to keep moving forward when all seemed lost. God does not forget the heart that chooses to trust in him despite the circumstances. Now, his eyes of justice are turning toward you, and he is preparing to repay everything you've lost and everything you've endured. This is the season where God is about to reward you, to restore what the enemy has taken, and to give you what is rightfully yours. God is not only a God of mercy, but he is also a God of justice, and it's in his nature to bring about justice in your life. When you've been wronged, betrayed, or mistreated, you don't have to seek revenge or fight battles on your own. God sees the injustice, and he is about to bring divine payback. You might have been overlooked, belittled, or ignored, but God has seen it all. The times when people spoke against you, tried to pull you down, or tried to take credit for what you built, God witnessed every moment. His justice is perfect, and when he moves, it's always in the right time for the right reason. God's justice isn't like the world's justice. The world may tell you to get even, to seek retaliation, or to hold a grudge, but God's justice goes beyond just fixing what was wrong. It's not merely about righting the wrongs done to you. It's about the restoration of your entire life. God doesn't just want to repay you for what was taken or stolen, but he desires to bless you abundantly in ways that surpass what you thought was lost. When he moves to bring justice, he doesn't just give you back what was taken, he brings something greater. What the enemy meant for evil, God will turn for your good. Every betrayal, every loss, every injustice, God will use to build something far more powerful than what was lost. This season of payback is not just about retribution. It's about God making things right in a way that brings glory to his name. It's about him putting things in order, turning the tables on your enemies, and setting you up for a future that is greater than anything you imagine. God's justice is not just a repayment for your hardships, but a confirmation that he is with you, that he sees what you've gone through, and that he will not allow your suffering to go unnoticed. His justice will be a testimony of his faithfulness to you, a demonstration of how he makes the crooked paths straight and repays those who have been faithful to him. God is about to bring his perfect justice into your life, and you will see the restoration of what you've lost multiplied beyond your expectations. Every loss you've endured, every door that has been closed, every opportunity that slipped through your fingers, God is about to restore it all. It's not just about bringing back what was taken. It's about the divine power of restoration that God promises to those who endure. The Bible says that God will restore the years that the locusts have eaten. And this is that season. What you thought was lost forever, what you believed could never be reclaimed, is being returned to you in a way that will not only meet your expectations, but exceed them. Think of the things that you've lost over the years: relationships, opportunities, finances, peace of mind. You may have thought those things were gone for good, that you would never see them again, but God is the God of restoration. What the enemy has stolen from you, God is going to restore, and he will do it in such a way that the very things that seem like a setback will turn into a setup for greater blessings. What you lost, God will give back in abundance. The areas of your life where you've experienced defeat, failure, or disappointment, he is about to turn into areas of victory, success, and triumph. God's restoration is not limited to simply returning what was taken. It's about bringing back something better, something stronger, something more powerful. The trials you faced, the pain you've experienced, have all been working together for your good. Through it all, God was positioning you, refining you, and strengthening you for this very moment. You will not just get back what you lost, you will receive more than you ever thought possible. The losses were never permanent. They were merely the beginning of a season of divine recompense, where everything that was stolen will be returned, multiplied, and restored. Restoration isn't just about material things. It's about the healing of your heart, the renewal of your mind, and the restoration of your relationships. If you've been hurt, broken, or betrayed, God is in the business of restoring your peace, your joy, and your hope. What you thought was gone beyond repair is being restored to you better than before. The empty places in your heart, the wounds that never seemed to heal, are now being mended by the divine hand of God. This is the season where God will restore everything you've lost, and he will do it in a way that will leave you in awe of his goodness and power. What the enemy meant to destroy, God will use to build something greater in your life. There are blessings coming your way that you didn't even ask for. We often pray for specific things, for things we can see, things we know we need, but God is about to surprise you with blessings that go beyond your own requests. The God we serve is not a limited God, and his ability to bless you isn't confined to your understanding. He knows what you truly need, even more than you know yourself. This is the season where God is going to open the floodgates of heaven and pour out blessings that are beyond your imagination, blessings that you never thought possible, blessings that will come as a complete surprise. You may have been focused on what you thought you were lacking or on the prayers you've been waiting for, but God sees the bigger picture. His blessings are not always limited to what we ask for. They are abundant and far-reaching. While you've been praying for breakthroughs in specific areas of your life, God is already preparing to bless you in areas you haven't even considered. He's about to open doors you didn't know existed, bring people into your life who will elevate you to new levels and provide opportunities that you never saw coming. Sometimes the blessings God has for us are hidden behind closed doors, doors that we never thought to knock on. But in this season of payback, God is going to reveal those doors and walk you through them. He's going to show you favor with people who have the ability to open new pathways for you. Blessings will come in unexpected ways, through unexpected people, and in unexpected circumstances. God knows your heart's desires, and he will provide in ways that will astound you. What you have been waiting for is about to manifest, but it won't come alone. God's blessings don't come in isolation, they come in abundance. He's about to give you more than you asked for, more than you prayed for, more than you could ever have imagined. You will find yourself walking in a season of surplus, a season where your needs are met and your desires are fulfilled, a season where everything you've lost will be restored and multiplied. God's blessings are not just about material things, they encompass every area of your life. In this season, you will experience the overflow of peace, joy, love, and opportunities. This is the time when God will surprise you with what you didn't even think to ask for, because his blessings are bigger than your prayers. Get ready, because the blessings that God is sending your way will leave you in awe and gratitude. Despite all the times you've been knocked down, overlooked, or disregarded, God is preparing to elevate you to heights you never thought possible. In the midst of your struggles, when you felt the weight of the world on your shoulders, God was working behind the scenes, setting things in motion for your promotion. You may have felt like your time had passed or that the opportunities you once had slipped away, but this is the season where God is going to lift you higher than ever before. What the world overlooked, God is about to elevate. What others rejected, God is about to redeem. This is the time when God is taking you from the back and placing you at the front. Where you once felt ignored or even insignificant, you are now being positioned for greatness. The doors that were once closed to you will open wide, and the very people who doubted you will witness the favor of God on your life. This is not the time for you to shrink back or hold on to the idea that your opportunities have passed. No, this is the time for you to stand tall, because God is about to place you in the position you were always destined for. Every setback you faced, every time you were passed over, every time you were denied, God was using it to strengthen you and prepare you for the promotion that is now coming your way. You may have felt like you were in a waiting season, but understand this: God's waiting seasons are never wasted seasons. He was refining your character, building your resilience, and increasing your capacity to handle the blessing he is about to pour into your life. This elevation won't just be in one area, it will affect every aspect of your life. You will see growth in your relationships, in your career, in your health, and in your finances. This season of elevation is about moving from the place of struggle to a place of favor, from the pit to the palace. Just as Joseph was taken from the prison to the palace, God is taking you from places of hiddenness, from places where your worth wasn't recognized, and moving you into a season where his favor will be undeniable. Your story is not over. It's only just beginning. Your best days are ahead of you, and the things you once thought were out of reach are now within your grasp. You are being lifted higher, not just for your benefit, but for the glory of God. The elevation is a testament to his goodness and faithfulness. The world will see what God can do with a person who has been faithful, who has endured, and who has trusted in his timing. Get ready for the divine elevation that's coming your way. It's not just about your promotion, it's about showing the world the power of a God who lifts his people higher than they ever dreamed possible. You've been faithful, even when you couldn't see the end result. You've kept moving forward despite the obstacles and challenges that came your way. God has been watching, and he has seen your dedication, your sacrifices, and your unwavering commitment to his purpose. Now he is about to reward you for your faithfulness. There is a divine recompense coming to you for everything you've sown in tears, everything you've done in secret, every good deed, every act of kindness, every prayer, and every moment when you chose integrity over compromise. Faithfulness is not always easy. It's easy to be faithful when things are going well, when the blessings are flowing, and when life feels like a smooth ride. But true faithfulness is what you exhibit when the road is tough, when the challenges seem insurmountable, and when others are quitting or walking away. You've shown that kind of faithfulness, and God has noticed. He has seen your heart, and he is about to honor your steadfastness. God never forgets the seeds you've sown. Every effort, no matter how small it seemed at the time, is being accounted for. The times you worked hard without recognition, the times you stood by others when they were struggling, and the moments you remained committed to your calling when no one else believed in your vision, God has seen it all. Now, you're entering a season where those seeds are going to bear fruit. The reward of your faithfulness is about to manifest in ways that will astound you. What's amazing about God's reward system is that he does not reward us based on what we've done in the eyes of others, but on what we've done in secret, what we've done with a pure heart, and what we've done according to his will. You've been faithful to his calling, and now he is going to reward you publicly. The reward isn't just for the past, it's for the future as well. God's reward system works in divine cycles. When you are faithful in one season, God opens doors to greater opportunities in the next. This is a season where God is about to unlock new levels of blessing, new levels of favor, and new levels of breakthrough. You've been planted in his will, and now you are about to see the harvest of your faithfulness. Everything that you've given, everything you've sacrificed is coming back to you in abundance. It's not just about the reward for today, but the reward for your future. God is preparing you for a greater season than you've ever experienced. Your faithfulness has positioned you for a season of payback, where the overflow of blessings will pour into every area of your life. This is a time of divine recompense, a time where your faithfulness is going to be rewarded in ways you can't even imagine. You've stayed faithful, and now God is about to honor you in a way that will leave you amazed and thankful. The time has come for God to demonstrate his faithfulness to you in ways that you've never imagined. When you were going through tough seasons, when you were walking through pain, and when you felt abandoned, God was working behind the scenes to orchestrate your breakthrough. You might have thought that your struggles were the end, but in reality, they were just a setup for something much greater. God does not allow his children to go through hardship without having a plan for them. Every trial, every setback, every difficulty, and every moment of discouragement was preparing you for this season, the season of payback. It's easy to forget that God's purpose often unfolds in the most challenging circumstances. When life seems to be at its lowest, when we are unsure of the next step, God is laying the foundation for the extraordinary. The promises he has spoken over your life are still true, and they are now coming to fruition. The things you have been praying for, the things you thought were too big for you, are now within your reach. This is the season where God is bringing those promises to life. You're about to see the manifestation of everything God has promised, and this time it will not be delayed. God's faithfulness is not only about what he gives, but also about his ability to restore. If you have experienced loss, if you have seen dreams fade or opportunities slip away, God is about to restore what you thought was gone forever. The pain, the loss, and the heartache were never in vain. They were part of the process that God used to refine you and to prepare you for the blessing that is coming. What was taken from you will be returned, and it will be returned better than it was before. God's restoration is not just about replacing what was lost, it's about restoring it to a place of even greater value. You may have been in a place of waiting, thinking that your time had passed or that your season of favor was over. But God's timing is perfect, and He is never late. What you have waited for is now about to come to you, and it's going to come in ways that exceed your expectations. Your patience, your perseverance, your faith, and your trust in God have not gone unnoticed. God has heard every prayer, seen every tear, and has been working on your behalf all along. The time of your reward is now. This is the season where God will reveal His faithfulness not only to you, but also to those who have watched you struggle, those who have doubted you, and those who have misunderstood the plan He had for your life. Your breakthrough is going to be so profound that even the doubters will have to acknowledge the hand of God in your life. This is a season of vindication, where you will see God's faithfulness in such a tangible way that no one will question His power to restore, to bless, and to bring you into your destiny. God is not just bringing payback in your personal life, but also in your purpose. The dreams He placed in your heart, the vision He gave you for your future are now coming to life. Every word He spoke to you about your purpose, your calling, and your destiny is coming into full manifestation. He is about to open doors of opportunity that will propel you to new heights, doors that you thought were forever locked. What you thought was impossible is about to become a reality because God's faithfulness has no limits. It's time for the world to see the magnitude of God's power, and they will see it through your life. This is the season where everything that God has promised you is coming to pass. God is not just concerned with your current situation, but He is positioning you for something far greater. This season of payback is not just about receiving the blessings you've been waiting for. It's also about being elevated to a place of divine purpose and destiny. God is not only about restoring what was lost, but about setting you up for a future that is filled with greater opportunities and even bigger dreams. What you've experienced in the past, the challenges, the disappointments, the delays, were all part of the process that is now leading you to a place where you will see your life aligned with God's perfect plan for you. The time of waiting, the struggles, and even the moments of feeling stuck were all used by God to shape your character and your capacity. Now, as He releases the blessings and the payback, it will not only change your present circumstances, but will set you on a trajectory toward an extraordinary future. You are stepping into a season where not only will your needs be met, but God will bless you in ways that will position you for influence, for leadership, and for a purpose that will impact the world around you. This divine elevation is about much more than your personal blessings. It's about how God is positioning you to be a blessing to others. You've been through enough. You've been tested and tried. But now God is going to give you the resources, the wisdom, and the authority to bless others, to uplift those around you, and to help others find the same breakthrough you've experienced. Your life will become a testimony to the world of God's faithfulness, not just to you, but to all who trust in His timing and His promises. As God elevates you, He will also elevate your influence. You are not just being blessed for yourself, but for the purpose of touching the lives of others. He's about to open doors of opportunity that will allow you to walk in your purpose in a greater way, allowing your influence to extend far beyond what you've known. This is a time where God will cause you to impact your family, your community, and even the world in ways you never thought possible. Your promotion will not just be about your personal success, but about bringing others into their own breakthrough. In this season of divine payback, God will give you not only provision, but divine favor to accomplish what He has set out for you to do. The resources, the people, and the opportunities you need to walk in your full potential are being unlocked. No longer will you struggle or feel as though you are fighting for every inch. God will make a way where there seems to be no way, and the doors of opportunity will swing wide open. So as God lifts you, as He brings the payback you've been waiting for, understand that He is not just blessing you for this moment. He is positioning you for a life of divine purpose, greater influence, and extraordinary impact. Get ready for the opportunities that are about to unfold, because what you are about to experience is far beyond what you have ever dreamed or imagined. Your destiny is aligning with God's perfect plan, and everything is about to shift in your favor. This is the moment when God is going to show you just how powerful his favor can be. He's not only paying you back for what you've been through, but he's also going to make your enemies see that they were wrong about you. Those who tried to block your progress, those who doubted you, those who even actively worked against you, God is going to turn the tables in such a way that they will have no choice but to witness his favor on your life. It's not about revenge, it's about God's justice. He is going to vindicate you, not for you to gloat or boast, but to testify of his power to restore, to elevate, and to move on behalf of his children. The people who laughed at you when you were struggling, the ones who whispered behind your back when you were down, the ones who thought you were finished, they will see what God has done. It's not for their destruction, but for their realization that God's timing and purpose are unstoppable. You see, what the enemy meant for evil, God is going to use for your good. The very things that others thought would break you will be the very things that cause you to rise higher than ever before. This is the season where God is going to use your comeback to prove that his hand has been on you the entire time. He will cause your enemies to be stunned by what he does for you. They will be forced to watch you walk in the blessing, the success, and the peace that they tried to take from you. You are going to walk in a new level of authority, and as you rise, they will see the evidence of God's favor in your life. This season of payback will be a testimony to the world that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. The very thing they thought would bring you down is the very thing that will bring you closer to your divine destiny. God is not only going to bless you, but he is going to use your blessings to shift atmospheres. Those who thought you were finished will be the first to see you prosper. Your success is going to be a witness of God's greatness and his ability to turn any situation around. This is a season of divine recompense where God's favor will be undeniable, and those who try to hurt you will stand in awe of what he has done in your life. The payback God is bringing is not just for you. It is a reflection of his power, his sovereignty, and his justice. It is a reminder that no one can stand against the purposes of God for your life. Every effort to bring you down will backfire, and God will use it to elevate you. This is a time when you are going to see the manifestation of his promises in your life, and those who doubted you will be the first to recognize that God is with you. You will walk in the victory that has already been won, and the world will see the mighty hand of God working in your life in ways they could never have imagined. As we stand on the threshold of this season of payback, remember that God's timing is perfect and his promises are unwavering. The struggles, the pain, and the waiting have all been part of the process, and now is the time for your reward. This is not just a season of restoration, it is a season of elevation, vindication, and divine favor. You are about to witness God's justice, his restoration, and his power in ways you've never imagined. As he pays you back, not only will your needs be met, but you will be positioned for influence and purpose like never before. Your enemies will see God's hand in your life, and the world will witness his faithfulness. This is the season where God turns every setback into a setup for greater things. The wait is over. Your time has come. Trust in his faithfulness, when to stand firm in his promises, and know that the best is yet to come. God is about to show up and show off in your life. This is your season of payback.